This is one of the latest designs that I've been working on. There's several already that I've done. ¿Qué es la que hay? Welcome back to Tony West DIY. My name is Wes. And on today's video, I'm just gonna try to make it fast, easy, straight to the point, because today we're just gonna be talking about Haltech NSP and the different designs for uC-10 and iC-7 that you can customize, you can create on your own. And yeah, let's just go straight to the point. So I have my NSP here open, and this is one of the latest designs that I've been working on. There's several already that I've done. For my RX-7, I got the Mazda R-Spec, Spirit R. I think this is the last one that I was running. And then others here that I customized. Why I want to make this video? So I've been creating a couple of designs for the uC-10 and iC-7 for a while. And some of my customers reach out to me with several questions, or they want to modify something on their own after I send the design, or they want to replace or add any sensors or gauges. And it's hard for me to then start making a video and try to send it to them. I think it's easier if I show the video or step by step versus just me trying to explain it on text messages. And videos can be heavy and it's hard to send by email. There's a specific limit of megabytes that I can attach. And I think this way I can just leave these videos on my YouTube channel, and every time that they have questions, they can just go back, watch them, and then refresh their mind. All right, so this is one, I think this is the second design that I've created. And on today's video, I'm just gonna try to show you basic stuff. This is a triple hero that you can customize, but let me start from scratch. Let's just start with the new file. In this case, I'm gonna focus on uC-10, but the concept is the same. So one of the easiest customization that you can do on your own, if you don't have knowledge on graphic design, or you don't know how to work with Photoshop, or you don't even have it. So on this tab here on the bottom, you can go to palette colors, click override, and then you can customize the gauge how you want it. These are the colors. So when I click override, all of them were on black for some reason. But let's say you want them, I don't know, blue. For the markings, warning, let's just go deeper blue. And again, you can customize everything that you want. I'm just selecting random stuff here so you can see that is fully custom. So here you can see that I changed this to gray and then nothing didn't pop up, but it's because this column is the opacity of these settings on the left. So if it's 0, that means that there's nothing, or this is the transparency percentage. So if you go 100% and click, you can see it. This sometimes works for, I don't know, let's say that you want to put something behind this layer, but you still want a shade or something. You can put the opacity 10% or something. You see, you can still see the shadow, right? So it kind of creates like a nice touch, but this is how you do it. Let's say, and then this is night color. So if you set up only this side, every time that you drive the car during the night, the uC-10 is gonna, it has a sensor, and it will activate then these settings. And if you don't modify them, then you won't see anything because you left them how it was. So this is kind of like the basics on how you modify stuff. You can even modify the digital, right? Instead of the gauges, analog type. And it's the same thing. You can just go here, override, and then you see how it changed based on these settings. The same concept can be applied on the other gauges that you want. Let me do something more. This is not as simple, but if you have kind of like basic knowledge on Photoshop and you can design this, and this is kind of like the 101 mod, right, that you can do. This Haltech logo that is here, you can replace it for your own. If you go and click in the background, it will show the image source, and you pick the file, and you see that the whole background is this design. So you can download this file. You can open it in Photoshop or any other software that you utilize. And then you can just put your logo in this location over the Haltech logo, utilizing kind of the same measurements, so it doesn't touch the actual gauge or the numbers. And you upload that file. Let me see if I have something here that I can show you. You see how I had this background and I had this logo in the back. Then you select the file, and then boom. Simple as that. But Tony, I want to do something from scratch. All right, let's go and start from scratch with the new file, uC-10. Here in screens, you add another screen. The maximum is 5 screens that you can customize or create. And you double click on the new screen. And then you click blank screen, you go okay. And then basically you just have a blank screen. How can you start adding components or start building your design, right? So you right click in the background, and then you add different components. You have image. This is the example that I just mentioned, that you can customize the background image, or you can upload your own. This is how, once you open it, you have to resize it to the actual screen. If it's the background, if it's only like a small background or image or icon that you're adding, then you just adjust based on the size. But here you just go and then add whatever background you have. Let's do this one, Spirit Art, so you can see it. You select it and boom. That's how you do it. So let's remove that. Let's say that you just want a regular gauge for RPM, and you don't want any backgrounds, or you don't have any knowledge, right, on background. You select the gauge. Here, in this case, I'm gonna leave that one as RPM. But if you want to add the speed gauge on that one, if the speed input is going through your Nexus, then you just select CAN boost speed, and it should communicate with your Nexus R3 or R5 or S, whatever is needed. But yeah, you just select the input, so it will show the speed. In my case, I'm just gonna go back to RPM because I want the RPM in the middle. Double click, and then you can even also change the font for the numbers. I already have several here that I included, but you see how they change. Font size, let's put it bigger so you can see it. Actually, with this font, you can go, I don't know, 45. And then you go to the colors tab, and let's say I want this white. Same with this one. All right. And the needle, I will talk more about that in a different video, but because it's a little more complicated, let's just leave the factory one. And you want to align it. Let's say this looks center and it's good to go. If you want to test it and see how it looks, you click here where it says simulation, and then you can just change it. Also here, you can override the same way that you can override these settings. You can override this channel, and then you can put it for 9,000. Instead of the 6,500, you can raise it or you can customize however you want. All right, so I have that one. Let's speed this up because I'm just gonna do the same thing. All right, so I got the RPM here. I have the mouse, the speed here, and then the boost gauge, which is kind of similar of the Triple Hero. But again, I'm just doing from scratch. Now, let's say that you want to add other components that is necessary, not, you know, an analog gauge type looking thing. Let's say you want to add the signal, right? So instead of going and utilize these ones, you go and put an indicator. Select it, okay, or double click. You align it how you want it. In this case, I'm just gonna duplicate because, you know, signals are 2. And I'm just gonna put this one here. And then the same thing here, I'm just gonna go right indicator. You double click or select and then okay. And then you're gonna select the file. You can also customize and create your own picture for the indicator. But in this case, I'm just gonna keep it simple. And I'm just gonna find the classic one. And same thing, normally it's red, factory one is green. So I'm just gonna go with green. And if you wanna test it, again, as long as the simulation toggle switch is selected, then you can just test it. Same thing here, left indicator. File, I saw this one earlier. Yep, double click, override, green, boom. Test it, all right. This one is a little bit taller or higher, so, all right. So let's say that you want to add a battery here, battery state, same concept, select battery, and then here you go and select the icon for battery. Again, you can customize whatever you want. You can create your own. This one's gonna leave it red, and I'm gonna test it. And actually it's showing gray, I don't know why, so let's override it. Yep, there you go. So if I click here. If you want to be kind of more fancy, let's say that you want to add a bar, or actually let's go with speed, and you want to add the speed in the middle, like this. Go here to the source, speed, same channel that you utilize for this one. So whenever you're using that one and testing it, you see that it's just gonna populate here. This is kilometers per hour, but again, if you override here, you can change if you want it miles per hour or however you want to do it, and then the amount that you want. And you see, oh, actually, let's talk about layers. You see that these letters or kilometer per hour is over the needle, and it doesn't look quite good. So what you do is you identify the C position. C position means you're stacking layers over the other one. So in this case, the main one was layer 1 or C position 1, and then this one was actually C position 1 as well. So let's just move this one above. So you can select number 2, number 3, whatever you want, and you see how it went back because this layer is in the bottom, so it's kind of behind if you look at it 3D. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna stop the video like that. Again, I'm gonna start making several videos and then just create a playlist and leave it there just for for benefit of all you guys that are subscribed or follow me. But mostly my focus was for people who already purchased my designs and they forgot that they wanted to add something different, and yeah, they can come here and utilize this as their go-to place to refresh or to try to help them customize, bringing that design one level above or adjusting the design based on whatever they want or their requirements, because each setup is different. And I'm gonna leave it like that. If you learned something new today and you're interested in this content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell button so every time that I upload more videos, then you get the notification, and then you can start utilizing this to help you customize your own digital dash, uC-10 or iC-7, whatever you are utilizing. If you want to support what I'm doing, press the like button, comment, or share it. That helped me tremendously. Follow me on my social media accounts. I have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, Tony West DIY. Or if you have any questions, you can send me an email at tonywestdiy@gmail.com.